Police say a driver intentionally ramming into the officers as they were simply standing. Also tonight, the new tropical threat at this hour, it could very well affect the East Coast. The new images tonight, the investigation into that plane that nearly skidded off the runway and into the water at New York's LaGuardia Airport. And the other scare, the jet that landed without much of its landing gear. Was it what the doctor ordered? With Hillary Clinton recovering from pneumonia, President Obama hits the trail and takes aim at Donald Trump. And Trump's physical, what his campaign now says about Trump's privacy and Dr. Oz. And storming the dance floor. Tonight, the arrests and now the new charges. Why did they rush Ryan Lochte on live TV?
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and we begin tonight with that disturbing new surveillance video. Authorities in Phoenix late today revealing what they call an intentional and violent attack on 3 of their officers. You will see the car coming in from the right here, speeding toward the officers who were standing by their cruiser, smashing right into them. One of the officers sent right into the air. All 3 officers were hurt, 2 of them seriously. The driver then gets out of the car and takes aim at one of the officers. Tonight, authorities now questioning the motive, and ABC's Clayton Sandell leading us off.
It began in the middle of the night. 3 Phoenix cops just talking next to this police SUV at a convenience mart. What happens next is what the chief calls an unprovoked attack. A man in a red car who appears to be lying in wait suddenly revs the engine and plows right into the officers.
Accelerates quickly, headlights on, runs right over our police officers and into the front of the store.
A sergeant, an 18-year veteran, goes down with a broken leg. Another officer dives out of the way, but a third cop goes flying 8 feet high. Those are his legs in the air. He's 33 years old. It was his first day on the job.
Gets propelled into that glass, has the gumption, get up, get back in the fight, and take this guy into custody. Unbelievable. He's a hero.
But the suspect isn't giving up. Officers that were just run over now have to fight him on the ground, finally using a taser to help make the arrest.
These officers could have easily been killed, and I thank God that we're not planning 3 funerals right now.
The suspect is 44-year-old Mark Laquan Payne. The Phoenix police chief isn't saying why he believes Payne tried to run his cops down, but sees it as part of a recent nationwide pattern of attacks on officers. And David, 1 officer is still in the hospital, but all 3 are expected to be okay. As for the suspect, he's now charged with 3 counts of attempted murder, and police say they're still looking for a motive. David?
Really disturbing images tonight, Clayton. Thank you. We hope the officers are okay. In the meantime, we do move on next this evening to a tropical threat developing all day today, right off the East Coast that could bring heavy rains and gusting winds. The radar showing it off the coast of Florida at this hour. Its effects already being felt right on the shore there. So let's get right to meteorologist Rob Marciano tracking this and a couple of other things tonight, too.
David, this was a pretty weak system, just kind of drifting towards Florida, but that all changed today, much more organized. Take a look at the radar. Good news tonight, the center is over land. We're holding on to that, but strong rain bands rotating through Florida, Georgia, and South Carolina. Over the next 24 to 48 hours, we'll see more of that, maybe a tornado or 2 around the coast, and heavy rain. This thing drifts off the coast. That's when we expect maybe some development. Right now, the Hurricane Center had a 40% chance. Could see over 6 inches of rain in some spots. Got another tropical storm in the Atlantic, not too worried about that. And another disturbance coming off of Africa. That one bears watching this week, David, is the peak of hurricane season.
All right, Rob, thanks so much. In the meantime, we turn now to the race for president tonight, and with Hillary Clinton off the trail, sidelined by pneumonia, her pinch hitter was ready to punch. President Obama making the case for Clinton in Philadelphia, and with the president's approval rating now at 58%, the best since early in his presidency, he showed up, took aim, and told the supporters there that Clinton beat him in Pennsylvania 8 years ago. Here's ABC's Cecilia Vega.
With Hillary Clinton at home recovering, President Obama took over on the campaign trail today, stepping up to the podium, loosening his tie, blowing a kiss, and getting right down to business.
This is not me going through the motions here. I really, really, really want to elect Hillary Clinton.
As the flower deliveries poured into Clinton's Chappaqua home, Obama described her as a fighter.
No matter how daunting the odds, no matter how many times people knock her down and mess with her, she does not quit. She doesn't quit. She doesn't quit.
And he would not quit attacking Donald Trump.
And then you got the Donald, who just last week went on Russian state television to talk down our military and to curry favor with Vladimir Putin. He loves this guy. Can you imagine Ronald Reagan idolizing somebody like that?
The president's sleeves rolled up. He hit Trump's promise to be a fighter for the working class.
He spent most of his life trying to stay as far away from working people as he could. And now this guy's going to be the champion of working people. Huh? I mean, he wasn't going to let you on his golf course.
And then a stern warning to young people.
You can't stay home because, she's been around for a long time. Well, you know what? This is not reality TV.
President Obama urging voters to choose the woman who's been a fixture in American politics for decades.
We always like the new shiny thing. I benefited from that when I was a candidate. And we take for granted sometimes what is steady and true. And Hillary Clinton's steady. And she is true.
And Cecilia Vega with us live tonight from Brooklyn. And Cecilia, Michelle Obama will be out on the trail later this week. Both the president and the first lady, their events were scheduled before Clinton got sick. But what are you hearing from the Clinton camp? They must be grateful given the timing of these appearances.
David, this certainly could not have come at a better time given the health questions lingering over Secretary Clinton right now. We were told by aides just a few minutes ago that she watched the president's speech from home. She is feeling much better. And David, they tell us she will be back out on the campaign trail on Thursday.
Cecilia, thank you. And even with the president out on the trail for Clinton, her health still is a major issue. In fact, the health of both candidates, Clinton and Donald Trump, coming under new scrutiny. Donald Trump promised us last week he'd reveal much more about his medical history, and he has an appearance on the Dr. Oz show this week, where the campaign says he will discuss his medical history. But Dr. Oz signaling he won't ask what Trump doesn't want to answer. ABC's Tom Yamas with the Trump campaign in Pennsylvania.
Tonight, Hillary Clinton is off the trail, and Donald Trump is taking full advantage, sprinting through two key battleground states.
I consider it a great phenomena if we win on November 8th. That's what I consider.
Trump didn't mention Hillary Clinton at home with pneumonia or the fact that she concealed her diagnosis for 2 days.
I just didn't think it was going to be that big a deal.
But Trump's campaign manager, Kellyanne Conway, today attacking Clinton for withholding medical information until video showed her nearly collapsing as she was helped into her van on 9/11.
Why in the world did Hillary Clinton lie to everyone and conceal such an important fact for 2 days?
But in that same interview, Conway questioning just how much health information Trump himself should reveal.
I don't know why we need such extensive medical reporting when we all have a right to privacy.
So far, all he's released is a 4-paragraph letter from his doctor, who admits he wrote it in 5 minutes.
So you've got a medical report on me that meets the same standard as Mitt Romney and Barack Obama. Donald Trump's doctor said he'd be the healthiest president in history. That's just not even serious.
In an interview with David, Trump pledged to release more information.
In fact, now that you ask, I think I will do that.
You will?
Yeah.
Trump says he had a physical last week. Tomorrow, the Republican nominee will sit down with TV's Dr. Oz, presumably to go over the results. But don't expect a grilling.
So I'm not going to ask him questions he doesn't want to have answered.
Tom Yamas with us live as well tonight from Pennsylvania. And Tom, tonight Donald Trump and one of his secret weapons, his daughter Ivanka, on stage together, and they're making a push for women voters.
That's right, David, and it's the first time they're together since the convention. Today, Ivanka told us she's actually worked on some of the policies they're going to mention tonight in the speech, including a guarantee of 6 weeks paid maternity leave for any mother whose employer doesn't offer that benefit. Already, the Clinton campaign is firing back, saying the plan is half-baked, out of touch, and that the numbers simply don't add up. David?
All right, Tom, our thanks to you again tonight. We turn next to a developing headline late today to the new attack from suspected Russian hackers, revealing private medical information about some of America's most famous athletes, Venus and Serena Williams, superstar gymnast Simone Biles. It's the latest in a series of cyber attacks, including the ones on the computers of the Democratic Party this summer. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent Brian Ross on what they revealed.
U.S. officials tonight are calling it a smear, the online posting of hacked medical records for top U.S. Olympic athletes. Superstar gymnast Simone Biles, Venus and Serena Williams, and a member of the gold medal-winning basketball team, Elena Delle Donne. The documents, apparently from the World Anti-Doping Agency, show the players did use medications on the prohibited drug list, but that in each case they had received approval for therapeutic use and had not sought to keep it secret from the testing agency.
This is not cheating. This is U.S. athletes playing by the rules, playing by the book.
Unlike the case with Russia, which had more than 100 of its athletes banned from this year's Olympics because of illegal drug use. And officials tonight point the finger of blame for the athletes' hack at Russia, whose hackers also broke into the computers of the Democratic National Committee.
The Russians are using hacking to discredit their enemies and to change public perceptions. And they don't care if everyone knows that they're doing it.
And Brian Ross is with us here tonight because some U.S. athletes are already responding. In fact, one of them sending out an image.
That's right, David. Elena Delle Donne had surgery on her thumb today and posted this message on Instagram. I'd like to thank the hackers for making the world aware that I'd legally take a prescription for which I've been diagnosed with. Thanks, guys. And David, tonight the Russians are denying they had anything to do with that hack.
All right, Brian Ross with us again tonight. Brian, thank you. Next this evening, the NTSB has determined the probable cause of a frightening accident at New York's LaGuardia Airport. We reported on it last year here, the Delta flight skidding off the runway when landing, stopping right at the edge of the water. New video shows passengers scrambling to get out as fuel was leaking from a wing. Tonight, investigators say a number of mistakes were made in what was a very close call. Here's ABC's David Curley.
This frightening scene at LaGuardia.
Tower, you have an aircraft off the runway.
It's a Delta jet nearly ending up in the bay after sliding off a snowy runway.
You said leaking fuel? His wing is ruptured.
And it was all preventable. For the first time tonight, we see the confusion inside.
We're going to have to evacuate the aircraft.
Passengers then told to wait.
Stay seated unless they're getting towed.
It was 12 minutes before the evacuation starts over one wing exit because that other wing was leaking fuel. It took 17 minutes before all 127 people were off. It should have taken 90 seconds. Investigators say the cause was pilot error. Too much reverse thrust to slow the plane on the runway. The pilot losing the ability to keep the jet straight, and it starts sliding.
This was a very serious mishap that was really just feet from becoming something much more serious where people could have been killed.
Investigators say there was no urgency in the pilot's order for evacuation, and they add they believe that plane could have landed without incident in those conditions. David?
David, thank you. Next tonight, growing outrage over Samsung's response to its troubled smartphone, the Galaxy Note 7. The company telling owners to turn them off or exchange them for another model while the company works on a fix. Are there enough models, though? Some airlines already telling owners to power them down on board, and tonight the nation's biggest mass transit system telling customers to do the same. But are owners following that advice? Are other passengers being put at risk? Here's ABC's Rebecca Jarvis.
Tonight, the phone being blamed for a bedside explosion.
This did shoot pieces of whatever it was inside the phone out.
And this charred Jeep, now drawing confusion and anger among the hundreds of thousands of American consumers who own the Galaxy Note 7 and are waiting on replacements. As New York's MTA, the country's largest public transportation agency, and airlines tell passengers to keep those phones off.
Samsung Galaxy Note 7 phones are not to be charged or powered on during this flight.
The government and Samsung, the maker of the Galaxy Note 7, are warning owners to stop using the phones immediately. But the South Korean company still has yet to issue an official recall. We called Samsung, looking for answers.
Our viewers have a number of questions about what's happening with their phones.
David, no answer to our repeated request to speak with Samsung by phone, but we're told if you have a Galaxy Note 7 and you need a replacement right away, you can bring it to your carrier and they should replace it for a different device. David?
Rebecca, thank you. And next this evening, a massive payout for the head of the Wells Fargo division, where workers created phony accounts in their customers' names. Carrie Stolz-Tolstead is retiring with high praise in a package reported to be worth more than $124 million. But the bank also eliminating the sales goals that caused its workers to open more than 2 million unauthorized accounts in their customers' names, which cost those customers millions in fees. To the economy tonight, and new headlines: stocks down sharply for a second day, the Dow falling more than 250 points on fears that interest rates could rise. At the same time, though, new census data showing that U.S. income surged 5.2% in 2015, the largest rise in nearly 50 years. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Tuesday. The big rig police chase and the initial concern about what might have been inside. The driver of a stolen rig speeding down the highway. It lasted for hours, and what authorities were worried about. Also, protesters suddenly storming the dance floor on live television. Why did they rush Ryan Lochte? And tonight, the new charges and the jet